Welcome back. All the new subscribers, thank you, welcome. This episode we're gonna be installing the sway bar in the rear on this 57 Chevrolet Bel Air. So y'all hang tight, I'm gonna put y'all up in it and enjoy this episode. Welcome in the garage. What do we have? End links. Axle bolts. New leaf spring clamps. Bushings. Don't know. Not for sure. And no idea. Alright, and then we have our bar. See if we can manage to put this thing together. Now we got our parts laid out and got some sort of an idea of what we're looking at. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my bar right to left where it's going to be. And all I did was just, you can see the edge of it sticking out right there. Move you over right there. Flush with the side of the frame. Do the same thing on this side right there. Flush with the side of the frame. All right, that's close enough to being centered right to left. Then what I'll do is I'll measure off of this backing plate, measure from here over to somewhere right in here and make a mark. Do the same thing on that side, measure from the backing plate over to here, make my mark. That's where we're gonna have our bushings. You can't put it on up here because if you'll notice, the axle starts changing size. You know, when you get to the right of this vent, the axle starts getting bigger, so the U-bolt won't fit. I don't think, I haven't tried it yet. That's what I'll do. So we'll start right there. As you can see, we got a red mark to match on the other side as well. I just came in a foot from the backing plate on the axle, and that got me in a good location on both sides of the axle. Quick and easy. All right, now we've got our bushing. If you remember from the rear suspension video, we had some of that nasty freaking lube left over. These are polyurethane, so we'll go ahead and get these popped on. If I can do this without knocking it out on the floor, because nothing is holding it on, so we'll center their red spot up. Work our grease in. And do the same thing on the other side. Now what we'll do is go ahead and put our assembly together. And we're going to leave all of this loose, and I may get into more detail later, to where it'll pivot. Because the truth is, you should put this together with all the weight on the vehicle. That's going to get your geometry better. But what we'll do is we'll get close up here when we attach it to the axle, and we'll leave this loose so that when we set the weight of the vehicle down on it, this will self-locate by turning. And then when it locates as the axle articulates up with the weight, then we'll tighten this thing down to its finished setting. But for now, we're going to go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to tilt this up this way so you can see what it is that's going on. Go ahead and mount that in there. Flip it over about like yon. Let's go ahead and get this up in here along with this piece, and we'll push that up against the axle to sort of hold it in place. And so let's do that to the other side. All right, got the other side up to the same place. So I think probably what might be the easiest thing to do is to just put a nut on here to hold this end. And then might end up actually having to put both just to hold that housing in. Go ahead, get this one up here. All right, now that we got those stabilized and measured and our clamps are in the same place, now what we've got to do is already have the assembly on here. Now I know that centered means that the bar itself is even with the edge of the frame. So what I'm going to try to do is get that pushed your way just a little bit, just like so. Looks like a pretty decent place to me. We'll mark these holes. And we'll go ahead and drill these and semi-mount this side, kind of, maybe. But before we do, I'll find a place on the frame somewhere to take a measurement, and that way I can drill the other side in the same. Let's see.
Beautiful.
Let's measure. Oh, what we say here? We say 365 thousandths. All right. So I've got our drill bits. Now I've got a drill bit that's going to give me about 40 thousandths clearance, and I'm going to need that clearance to finagle those things in there, and you'll see why here momentarily. Alright, we're going to put a nut on one side of this so we don't lose it up in the frame, and see if I can get this in here, just like so. Now what I want to do is go ahead and see about putting the nut on this side, like I said, so I don't lose this thing up in the frame. That could be problematic. All right. This ain't happening. Here we go. All right, that's good enough for now till I get the other side. So now that I've got that one basically mounted, what I'm going to do is come from the back side of this bracket and measure. We'll come from the back side of that bracket and measure to the front of this bracket, make a mark on that side of the frame, and then we'll know where to drill our holes. This is in that part of the, we're looking at you upside down. You're upside down. I'm upside down. Anyway, this is in the part of the frame that, if you'll remember several videos, we had a big patch that we had to patch in down here. About broke my wrist off. Well, where are you? Right there. Alright, well now we need our end link. You know, I really think that goes like so. It's what I really think. I might have put that other one on wrong. Maybe. Now that I look at that, it does make more sense. Let me go ahead and there is another nut laying around here somewhere. I know that I'm gonna walk all the way over to this table just to realize that it's not there. No. Found it. Take this one off. Yeah, I think that makes more sense to have that on the bottom of that arm rather than just a washer. I do really think that makes a lot more sense. So I will fix the other side. I'll tell you one thing I have noticed though, and I haven't pulled the other side up tight, but if you'll notice, there ain't threads that go all the way up. I believe I'm gonna have to space these nuts down because I believe I'm gonna run out of thread. I believe I am. But that gets us mounted anyway. Oh, let me spin you. Let's see if I can do this without busting my hind end. All right, so that is the rear sway bar for the most part. For the most part installed. Like I said, I left the clamps on the axle loose enough to where when we do apply weight, those clamps will either roll up or roll down, whichever direction they need to. Probably leave the brake lines off of it for now until those clamps get to where they're gonna be. Because if they roll down, the brake lines are gonna be in the way. If they roll up, I'll be able to run the brake lines through here on both sides. So we'll just have to see where those things end up when I get weight on it. But that's gonna do it. That is gonna do it. Pretty happy with it. I'll make that thing ride a whole lot better. We're gonna do the same thing to the front when the time comes. We'll have to get the brake kit and spindles and upper and lower ball joints before we can do that. But till then, hit that subscribe button, hit the share notification. Is that a notification? Share button. The share button. Yeah. Hit the bell notification. I know that one's a notification. Like it. Leave a comment. Love to get comments. And until next time, y'all go do some work.